Welcome to the Brunswick High Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd. Brought to you by Coastal Appliances, Port City Paint and Body, the Emerald Princess, Bruce Kennedy Tire, Apple Care Immediate Care, Misty's Element Massage, Pristine Water, Files Insurance Agency, Jenkins Nissan, and by Marshside Grill. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Brunswick High Pirates, the Professor, Teddy Bishop.
Welcome to the Brunswick High Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network. I'm Teddy Bishop, and I'm on location at Marshside Grill, where we will be each and every Sunday at 7 p.m. for the entire season. This segment of the Victor Floyd Show is sponsored by Port City Body Shop, Port City Paint and Body Shop, the Emerald Princess, Coastal Appliances, Apple Care Immediate Care, Files Insurance Agency, Bruce Kennedy Tire, Pristine Water and Pools, Misty's Element Massage, Jenkins Nissan, and Marshside Grill. And now joining us, the head coach of the Brunswick High Pirates, Victor Floyd.
Hello, good evening.
Good to see you again, Coach.
Good to see you.
Coach, there was not a football game for you this past Friday night. Brunswick High had a bye week, so we're going to take a little bit different format for this week. And we have some Brunswick High people here tonight, including the coach of the ladies softball team. So I'm going to ask if Coach Barbara Little will come up, and I'm going to talk to her for just a couple of minutes, Coach.
Okay.
With me right now is the softball coach for the Brunswick High Pirates, Barbara Little. Welcome, Coach Little.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to come and speak with you today.
Tell us a little bit about the softball program, the region, who you play within the region, if it's basically the same teams that the Pirates play in football.
Actually, we changed regions this year. We're in the same region as Camden County, Ware County, Coffee County, and we also play Glen Academy. In the north part of our division, we play Statesboro, Effingham, Richmond Hill, and those teams. Okay. Coach, how many games are on your schedule this year? We have 27 games scheduled for this year. As of this past Thursday, we are 8-6 on the season. We had a tough loss to Glen Academy last week on the diamond, but we're growing, and we've improved drastically from the past two seasons. Very good, Coach. You got a winning record at 8-6. And Coach, you brought one of your senior players with you. If you will introduce her for us, please. All right. Julia Tyndall is one of my two seniors that I have on the team. She pitches and plays shortstop for us. Julia, how long have you been involved in the Brunswick High softball program?
I've been playing since I was a freshman. I've been playing varsity. Very
good. Tell us what you enjoy, Julia, about being involved on the softball team.
Well, we just have really great chemistry on this team, and everyone just really seems to get along. And I think once you have that, you start playing as a team better. And when you have that good chemistry, everything just works together. Everybody works together as a team, and everything just flows really good.
Okay. Julia, plans to play collegiately if the opportunity presents itself?
Yes, sir. I've actually verbally committed to Georgia College and State in Milledgeville.
Very good.
And I'll sign in November.
Congratulations.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Coach Little, how long have you been the softball coach at Brunswick High?
This is my first year as the coach at Brunswick High. This is my first high school coaching experience. I've coached in the past at the middle school level for Jay Macon, and just looking forward to working with my girls. I had a good freshman class that came up with me from Jay Macon that has really helped fill in the spots that were needed on the varsity team.
This is Brunswick High Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network. And right now joining us is the softball coach for the Brunswick High Pirates, Barbara Little. Coach, tell us about a little bit about maybe some of your other players that have contributed so far, and you're looking for more contributions as the season goes on.
Well, I have some great play out of some of my juniors. Lauren Faircloth plays third base for us. She's been adding great defense for us this year. Abby Johnson is another one of my seniors. She was supposed to be with us tonight, but was not able to come. She's out of town. She's has some really awesome defensive plays out in center field for us, and we really rely heavily on her. I have a freshman, Kayla Rowell, who plays first or short for us when we need her to. She's led the way offensively this year for us. She's hit 5 home runs for us this year so far.
Great.
And looking for great things to come from her.
Okay. Coach, when your regular season ends, what is your playoff format?
The top 4 teams from each side of the region will advance to region play. And it's a double elimination in that format. And they take the top 2 teams from the region and will advance on to state.
When you have the postseason tournament, is it held in one place, or is it played at the higher seeds home field?
It'll be played at the higher seeds
Okay.
home field.
Okay. Okay, Coach Little, Coach Little, any closing thoughts on your softball team as the season progresses?
We'd just like to encourage people to come out and support us and see the improvement that we made over the year. And we appreciate the opportunity coming and speaking with you.
We thank you for stopping by. And Julia, congratulations on your scholarship.
Thank you.
That was the head softball coach for the Brunswick High Pirates, Barbara Little, and one of her senior leaders, Julia Tyndall, and we certainly appreciate their stopping by. And now, back at the microphone with us is Coach Victor Floyd, the head Pirate at Brunswick High. Coach, as I mentioned, it was not a game this past week. It was a bye week, but it was not a week off. How did it change your practice schedule?
Well, intentionally. Initially, we had planned to practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and take Friday and get out and go scouting. But with the rain, it kind of altered the plans a little bit. We ended up doing very little on Tuesday. We ended up practicing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And now we're into a regular routine for this upcoming week for game week.
Okay. Coach, let's talk a little bit about Victor Floyd this week on the Victor Floyd Show. I know you would prefer to talk about football, but with no game to talk about, let's talk a little bit about Victor Floyd, and we will do that when we come back. There will be more to come on the Victor Floyd Coaches Show on the Bishop Sports Media. Right now, these words from our sponsor.
Coastal Appliances is your one-stop shop for Whirlpool washers and dryers, Whirlpool refrigerators, and so much more. Coastal Appliances offers free delivery and service after installation and have also been in business for over 30 years. 4727 Altama, next to Sonic, and on the web at appliancesbrunswickga.com, or give them a call at 912-267-0132. Coastal Appliances, Glenn County's only specialty appliance store. When you are in need of a reputable body shop, Port City Paint and Body in Brunswick is your answer. Located at 2509 Norwood Street, just down from Twin Oaks, Port City Paint and Body understands your needs and cares about your car and you. Port City Paint and Body works with any insurance company. Give them a call for a free estimate at 912-265-9524 or on the web at portcitybodyshop.com. Port City Paint and Body, home of the lifetime guarantee, and go Pirates!
Hop aboard for Texas Hold'em tournaments, roulette, poker, lots of slot action, food, music, and more. Labor Day weekend, Sunday, August 31st, 7 p.m. Cruises depart from Brunswick, Georgia. Call 800-842-0115 or visit EmeraldPrincessCasino.com. Must be 18 years of age and present a government-issued photo ID to board.
I'm Jenkins Nissan.
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 I am Jenkins Nissan.
I'm Donnie Jenkins. We're all Jenkins Nissan, and together we want to show you just how easy buying and servicing your car should be. So please, stop by and experience the Jenkins Nissan difference. Look for the red and white Nissan tent at the corner of Chapel Crossing Road and the Spur, or visit us online at jenkinsnissanofbrunswick.com.
Get affordable health care when you need it. At AppleCare Immediate Care, our team of compassionate healthcare providers is dedicated to treating each patient with the highest standard in healthcare. Located at 1111 Glencoe Parkway, AppleCare is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. AppleCare welcomes all walk-ins from pediatric to adult ages and accepts most insurance plans. Visit us at applecaredoctors.com and like us on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Brunswick High Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network. I'm Teddy Bishop on location from Marside Grill. This segment brought to you by Coastal Appliances, Port City Paint and Body, the Emerald Princess, Jenkins Nissan, and by AppleCare Immediate Care. Coach, we're going to talk about Coach Floyd tonight. Tell us where you grew up.
I grew up in Nichols, South Carolina. It's about 40 minutes from Myrtle Beach.
And I understand when you were in middle school, you were in the middle school band.
Yeah, I was actually. I guess it was a passing phase. You know, a lot of kids want to join the band, and that's a big thing in middle school, or it was when I was coming through. So I did what everybody does. I jumped in and played for a couple of years. So I was in the band 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
And I guess when it came down, you had to make a choice between football and band?
Yeah, that was pretty easy. I played varsity football as a freshman, so band was kind of out of the window.
Yes, sir. What other sports did you play in high school?
Well, I played football, basketball, baseball, and I ran track, during my 4 years. And stayed pretty busy. Small town, we did a little bit of everything.
What are some of your fondest memories of high school sports?
Probably one of my fondest memories probably my junior year basketball season. We're playing arch rivals, and we were down by one. I was shooting a 1-and-1 at the end of the game with 3 seconds, and I hit both of them. We won 72-71. So that was always a good feeling.
A great memory for you. Coach, where did you play college ball?
North Carolina A&T in Greensboro, North Carolina.
And tell us some pleasant memories about your collegiate career.
Collegiate career was real solid. Had a good time. I started. I was at A&T for 2 years. I was a 2-year starter there. I was a junior college transfer, and had a real solid 2 years. Injury plagued the last couple games of my senior year, and that kind of ended my career in a sense. Fondest memories, probably 17 tackle performance against Howard my senior year. That's probably one of my more fonder memories of college.
And Coach, tell us position you played in college.
I was a linebacker in college.
Very good. Okay. Coach, I know you had playing all those sports in high school and then playing football on the collegiate level, junior college, and then 4-year college. Is there a certain coach that sticks out in your mind that made a big impact on your life?
Probably my junior college coach had one of the largest impacts because I transferred to a junior college at Southern University out of high school in Louisiana. I was only there 1 year, transferred to a junior college. And a guy named James Garrison, he took a lot of misfit young men and gave them opportunities and basically changed their lives. And I played with a lot of really good players in junior college. We had the #1 ranked defense in the nation my last year there, giving up about 63 yards a game total offense. And off of that defense, I think 6 played in the pros, at least played in the NFL. at least one game. So we were pretty talented. And he changed a lot of lives. He influenced a lot of kids, took a chance on a lot of kids that people wouldn't touch. And just the way he went about things, a lot of ways he did things then is similar to how I do things now.
Very good, Coach. That's pretty solid. At what point did you realize you wanted to coach football? Coach, before you get to that, just want to remind everyone that you're listening to the Victor Floyd Coaches Show on the Bishop Media Sports Network. And I'll repeat that question, Coach. At what point in your life did you realize that you wanted to coach football?
Really, I was a late bloomer in that area. I GA'd for a year after I finished playing, and then I coached for a season full time and decided to go to high school, and still was unsure of what I wanted to do. When I got into high school coaching, I was a young coached football, basketball, and track out of the gate, and really thought I wanted to pursue basketball because there was less guys to take care of. You could take care of 15 guys compared to 100 and not have as many headaches. And after about 2 years, I decided I better go ahead and stick with football. And that's kind of the direction I went from that point on. And I think that was maybe in 93 when I went to high school. And then right around 95, I had it figured out a little bit.
And apparently you made the right choice.
I hope so.
Coach, you mentioned where was your first coaching job, and then where was your first head coaching job?
My first high school assistant job was at Greensboro Page in Greensboro, North Carolina. Perennial power in the 80s. Turned out players like Haywood Jeffries, Todd Ellis, Danny Manning, just a wealth of players that came through. And I was fortunate enough to be under one of the top coaches in the state. Marion Kirby, over 300 wins, 6 state championships, Hall of Famer, well-respected coach. And he hired me, and I was there for 5 years under him. And I got my first head job in 98 after 5 years as an assistant and 2 years coaching college ball at C.A. Johnson High School in Columbia, South Carolina, which is a 2A program. 4 people interviewed. 3 of them turned it down. I got it by default. And, they were on a 20 some odd game losing streak, inner city program. Only had about 14 kids in the program when I got there. No middle school, no JV. It was a pretty tough situation coming from what I was coming from. We won double-figure games every year at Page.
Coach, you absolutely turned that program around. How did you accomplish that at Johnson High?
Well, Johnson was one of those places, the inner city program, that had some players in the building. But Columbia was one of the first places to come out with a 2.0 rule where you had to have a 2.0 to play. And that really hindered a lot of young people because academics aren't stressed the same in every household. So what's important in this household might not be important in the next household. So that was a real challenge, but the biggest thing was just to get guys out. And once we got the numbers respectable, when I got there were 14 players in the program. So once we got up around 35, we were going to be competitive because I was pretty blessed. The first year I got there, they had a basketball player named Todd McClinton. He was 6'6", 245 pounds. Run, jump. He built like a Greek god. Never played football. And he was going into his junior year, and I got him out. And a year later, he's the top tight end in the nation. So, we had some guys that were walking the halls that could help. And the key to it was getting them out and getting them to stick it out. And once we did, we were able to turn the corner.
We'll be right back to Brunswick High Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network.
Bruce Kennedy Tire is your hometown destination for tires. Michelin, Goodyear, and all the brands you trust. But don't let the name fool you. Bruce Kennedy Tire, located at 2928 Norwich Street, does more than just tires. Brakes, alignments, repair work, and more than I can mention. Bruce Kennedy is locally owned and operated so you get the best service in Glenn County. So give Bruce a call at 912-264-6578. Bruce Kennedy Tire, a name you can trust. Files Insurance Agency, located at 5623 Altama Avenue, a quarter-mile north of the Target Shopping Center, offers a wide range of products to protect you and your family from the unknown. Auto insurance, life, health, flood, commercial, bonds, including shrimp bonds, and so much more. Give Files Insurance Agency a call at 912-264-0100 or visit them online at filesinsurance.com. Pristine Water is your destination for pools, spas, and pool supplies. From installation to maintenance, Pristine Water is your best choice in all of Southeast Georgia for your next pool or spa. Give Pristine Water a call at 912-264-9233 for a free estimate, or stop on in at 166 Key Circle Drive, or check Pristine Water out online at pristinewaterandpools.com. And go Pirates!
Relax. Misty's Element Massage specializes in helping you do just that. Located at 138 Village Market on St. Simon's Island, Misty's Element Massage offers deep tissue massages, therapeutic massages, scrubs, creams, body wraps, and much more. The perfect gift for that special someone, not to mention sports massages for that aching muscle. Schedule your appointment today at 912-224-0198 or on the web at mistyselement.com.
Marshside Grill is your home for the best burgers, spuds, and seafood around. Come enjoy the view out by the water while taking in an ice-cold beverage. Marshside Grill is also your home for the Brunswick High Pirates Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd, and a proud sponsor of Brunswick High and local high school athletics. So stop in any day or night of the week for the best view and atmosphere in the Golden Isles. And also, check us out on Facebook. Go Pirates!
Welcome back to the Brunswick High Pirate Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network. I am Teddy Bishop, and we're on location at Marshside Grill. This segment is brought to you by Bruce Kennedy Tire, Files Insurance Agency, Pristine Water and Pools, and by Misty's Element Massage. Coach, we're talking about your background, and you were sharing some experiences when you were coach at Johnson High School. Where did you go when you left Johnson?
I spent 3 years at Johnson, and when I was in Greensboro at Page High School, Dudley was our arch rival. That was always a big game, Dudley versus Page. And Dudley came open, and I knew they had a ton of talent, because every year we played them at Page, if you looked at warm-ups, you'd think we wouldn't have a chance, because that's how physically imposing they were compared to us. And that job came open, and my college offensive line coach was AD there, and he gave me a call and asked me, was I interested? I said, sure, you know. Johnson had been good. It had been a growing experience, but having a chance to go back to Greensboro, bigger school, more players, better situation, I jumped on it, and I left and went to Dudley 2000, spring of 2000.
Coach, and again, you're talking about the program. They had not been very successful in several years. How did you turn that program around? This seems to be your history of turning programs around.
Like I said, Dudley's a place that had a lot of talent, but they'd only went like 7-23 the 3 years before we got there. And like I said, I walked in, they're just more players than you can shake a stick at. It's just a matter of getting them in the right positions and you know, developing a little structure in the environment. And we went 9-4 that first year. Probably should have won the state championship, to be honest, because the team that won it, their only loss, they went 15-1 and lost to us 36-8. And we were just not mentally ready to handle success at that point. But the second year we lost the state championship by a point. But there were a lot of players there. We just had to get them in the right spots and get a little structure in line.
Coach, after you left Dudley, you went to Chester High School in South Carolina. Is that correct?
Right.
What year was that?
04. Should have been spring of 04.
And again, you inherited a program that had had some problems winning games. What attracted you to that particular coaching job?
In North Carolina, I was on a 9-month contract, making $4,400 for coaching football. And I could go back to South Carolina and at least be on a 12-month contract. So that was one of the main reasons. We just had our first child, and you know, $40,000 just wasn't gonna make it. So I had to do something. So I ended up going back home.
Coach, you were, prior to coming to Brunswick High, you were offered a position as athletic director and coach of a school in Summerville, South Carolina. Why did you turn that down? What brought you to Brunswick High?
Ashley Ridge is the name of the high school. I'm just not interested in being an athletic director at this point in my career. I still wanted to kind of focus on football, and I knew it would take away from other sports for me trying to do that. And I don't like to shortchange young people. I want them all to be successful. So I felt like if my focus was going to be football, it needed to be football and not, all the other sports and concerns of those sports. They need to get someone that could just handle that. So that just wasn't my thing.
This is the Brunswick High Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network. Coach, obviously you spend a lot of time, as most coaches do, on the practice field and in the film room. It's got to take a lot of support from your family. Any comment on the support that you get from your family?
Oh yeah, it does. It's huge. My other half, my wife, she's a real integral part of any success I've had because she's been there from day one in '98 when I went 0-10, and just worked through, been with me through all the hard times and supports me right up until this very second. So that's huge, and my kids are always going to be there. They enjoy it. So that's got to have support at home.
Coach, a lot of players look to their coach as a father figure, and you alluded to this earlier with your junior college coach. How do you handle that responsibility as being looked up to by so many young men as a type of father?
Well, to be honest, I think it just kind of comes with the territory. We spend so much time together. You grow on each other and you look to each other for support. And with the time that we end up spending with these young men, the awake hours, they're with us more than they are anybody else. So I just think it kind of naturally happens.
What do you enjoy most about coaching? What keeps you in this profession?
I think it's watching the growth and development of the guys from year to year, because you watch them come in as ninth graders, and it's almost like learning how to walk in a sense when you talk about dealing with the transition coming from middle school to high school, and also the transition going from middle school athletics to high school athletics. And then you watch them progress from 9th to 10th to 11th to 12th, and it's just an incredible change. And that's like the most influential time of their life, I think. And you see guys grow up and grow from little boys into young men. And I think that's why we're in this business,
What would you say are some of the challenges that you face that you wish you didn't have to?
Parenting has changed so much over the years. When I was growing up, it was about morals and values. Now it's about rights and privileges. I think that's the biggest challenge we face as coaches.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about the upcoming game this week, Camden County. We have about 30 seconds or so left. Camden, solid program. Obviously will be favored to win. What does Brunswick High have to do to win that game against Camden?
Not get caught up in all the hoopla that comes before the game, and concentrate on focus on just Camden County and the players they have this year. Irregardless of what's happened over the years, and all through the years, people want to talk about history and educate these kids on history. I want to talk about the present and what we need to do this year. So if we can just focus on the game itself and block out all the extra stuff, we'll be fine.
Thank you for joining us for the Brunswick High Coaches Show. We've been talking with the head Pirate, Victor Floyd, on the Bishop Media Sports Network. Come out to Marside Grill and join us every Sunday night at 7 p.m. for the Victor Floyd Show. I'm Teddy Bishop, signing off.